Yo, 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 yo. What's good? What is good, everybody? Happy Saturday, everybody out there. Today is April 26th. It was a Jordan 11 low bread weekend. It is an NFL Draft 2025 weekend. How did your team do in the draft? How did your team do? Did Shedeur Sanders get picked up yet? I've been watching what's going on, my man, and I cannot believe he has basically fallen this far in the draft. It's wild to see. But at the same time, is it really that wild that what's going on with him is where it's at right now? You know what I'm saying? You know, personally, well, we'll get into it here in a little bit. I'm waiting for my constituents to come on. These guys are supposed to be getting up with us here today. Appreciate y'all, though. For those y'all who going to tap into the live stream today, appreciate y'all being a part of it. As always, the One Pair at a Time podcast channel. We love you guys. You know what I'm saying? I know we weren't able to go live earlier today, but we definitely wanted to hit y'all with a live stream. And we may come back tomorrow with another live stream. Let me see where these fools is at real quick. Where's this man Jay at? Let me hit him up real quick. Appreciate y'all, though. Make sure y'all double tapping the screen and all that good stuff, man. Let's see where our guy Jay Elevate is at, y'all. Let's see. Let's see. It's ringing. Can y'all hear it ringing?
Your call has been.
He ain't around. Let's see where I got Purple Haze at. Now, Mr. Think I'm Possible is actually at SneakerCon Denver right now as we speak, trying to find himself a pair of Jordan 1 85 hybrids. I was literally just on the phone, my man. We're going to see if we can get him to tap in while he's out there. But you know, it could be a copyright nightmare with all the music and stuff going on in the background. So we're going to see what's up with it. Let me hit up Purple Haze here. Let me see where Purple Haze is at. Let's see if we can get these fools on. Shout out to Jason Corley in the chat right now. Appreciate y'all being in here. Daniel, what's up, man? Bread 11's chat. Got him. Cement 4s. Hell yeah. They are on the way next. I'm really anticipating them Jordan 4 cements being something crazy drop. I think they may actually command a little more. Well, I don't know where these fools is at. Wyatt Mallon, what's up? What's good with y'all, man? But looks like as of right now, I'm riding solo dolo until these fools decide to hop on. But I appreciate y'all being a part of the stream. Once again, man, April 26th, Jordan 11 bread lows. How many of y'all went ahead and copped the bread lows? Me personally, it was a pass. Not because I'm snobbing on the shoe, but I do have the mid cuts, right? I got the low cut Jordan 11, that low cut patent leather Jordan 11 bread already. I didn't necessarily need the lows, even though I like Jordan 11 lows. Me personally, there was no reason to actually have to try to double up on them in that aspect. You know what I'm saying? But appreciate y'all being tapped in right now. Make sure y'all double tapping the screen. Make sure y'all subscribe up to the channels. I know it's been a minute for those y'all who do follow the Where Your Kicks channel as to me dropping a few of these review videos. And mind you, yeah, I was able to come up on the Bread 85 highs. Yeah, I was able to get them Jordan 1 unions. Yeah, I was able to get the brick by bricks. The problem is I paid resale on each one of them damn things, even though it came from moving off other sneakers to go ahead and cop them. You know what I'm saying? Jason C said I passed and grabbed the Rookie of the Year lows and saving for May kicks. Listen, it's not a bad move. It's really not a bad move. And when you look at the amount of stuff that's going to be dropping here in the next few months, let alone next few weeks, listen, some serious decisions have to be made. You talking about white cement 4s, they dropping soon, and them things is going to be, what, 225, right? And they not going to be easy to get. I'm telling y'all right now. For those of you who have a JD Sport Finish Line account, you got a decent amount of points, thank your lucky stars, because you pretty much are going to have the quote-unquote easiest way to cop these. Not unless you already have yourself some decent relationships with some people out here to where you'll be able to go ahead and get your pair at retail. He said, I'm from India. What's going on with you, Rizwana? What's going on? Appreciate you tapping in all the way across the ocean. Appreciate y'all being a part of the stream right now. Look, and let's go to Sneakers app as we speak right now. Are there any Jordan 11 breads sitting on the site? Let's see. Are there any sitting on there? And it looks like Jordan 11 breads have sold out, y'all. Hold on a second now. Jordan 11 breads have sold out on the Sneakers app. I am and I am not surprised. I am and I am not surprised. Now, mind you, according to the information I had from Soul Retriever, you were looking at a total of, I think it was 34,000 pairs. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, look at that. Sold out. Sold out. Hey, appreciate y'all being tapped in right now. Appreciate the love. Y'all spamming the hell. Oh, man, y'all spamming the hell out this chat right now. Appreciate y'all, though. Definitely appreciate y'all being a part of the stream. And look, I mean, I'll tell you like this. 34,000 pairs that dropped today. With the way the rest of the year is looking, this is pretty much what it's going to be like. Sneakers app should be selling out. And mind you, today, we also had a restock on the Jordan 5 metallic reimagines. But real quick, let me go real quick back to Sharon. Right. We got where'd they show it? I think it was in the feed. Hold on a second. I got Jay Elevate. What's up, bro? Where you at?
What you mean, man? Where you at?
Bro, I'm here on the live right now.
Why would you start the live right now, guy?
Because it's 3:00. It's 10 after 3.
Oh my God, dude. Yeah, I'm jumping on in like 2 minutes.
Well, let's go then, bro. You late. I started it on time.
You know what?
I started it on time. Listen. We're supposed to. It's already 6 hours later than we used to do. Okay? So, come on. What you waiting on? Man, look. See? Let me tell y'all, there's different levels to this light skin out here, all right? Man, let's go. One. Can you please say long? All right, look, I'll drop that for you. You hit me with a $5 super chat, I'll drop it for you. How about that? You hit me with a $5 super chat, I'll shout it out. How about that? Anyways, we got the Travis Scott Bright Cactus. Why the hell would they name these the Bright Cactuses? Now, I got Jay Elevate, who should be helping on with us here in a minute. And shout out to you guys. Appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all hitting that like button. Appreciate y'all being tapped into the One Pair at a Time podcast channel. You know what I'm saying? But I saw quite a few dubs actually go out from the Travis Scott website for these right here, these Jumpman Jack, the Vault pairs. You know what I'm saying? I'm done with Travis Scott's website personally. I'm done with Travis Scott's website. I really am. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, for me, nah. I can't be messing with it no more because too many L's and I'm just over it. My best chance to cop me some Travis Scott's is gonna be right here, Sneakers app. Okay? Right here, Sneakers app. Facts. All right. I don't know how the rest of y'all feel. And mind you, I wear a size 12. So you know I got issues when it comes to copping some of these shoes, especially them. Then you also got the Kobe Mamacitas. They're gonna be presenting themselves here very soon. When a release for those? May 1st. Look at that. May 1st. And these are supposed to be a draw, I heard. These ain't even gonna be like this ain't gonna be your normal drop on Sneakers app. They doing a draw. And unfortunately, when it comes to these draws, now if they backhandedly do like they kind of did when they dropped the Midnight Navy SB4s, where you actually was able to go through my man's Instagram link to be able to get yourself an opportunity to cop these. But my man said Travis was rocking those at WrestleMania. The Volt pair, he was rocking the Volt pair, bro. Let me go to the upcoming again. I mean, look, Travis Scott obviously has decent pull when it comes to sneakers, but for me personally, I was just over it. I was over it. I was over it with these. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I was over it. But man, appreciate y'all tapping that like button. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you guys. Sunshine for you. What's going on? OG Dub, Chi-Town Sweetie, what's going on? Bold and Beautiful, what's good? Miss Jazzy, what's good? Miss Star, what's good? Appreciate y'all being tapped in right now. I'm sure y'all found this on some random. What up, Mike Honcho? What up? I'm waiting on this fool Jay Elevate to get up in here, man. Let me tell you. My man really said to me, too, why'd you start the lot? Like, bro, it is 3:13 and you asking me why'd I start the lot? Because the joint's supposed to start at 3 o'clock. That's why. That's why. Yo, real quick. Now, look, I know when it comes to dunks, okay, a lot of people ain't really up on dunks like that like they used to be. But I'm telling y'all right now. What up, Jay?
What up? What up? What's going on?
I'm telling y'all right now, these might be a sleeper dunk.
It's a little dark in my. Okay, now we lightened up. Okay.
Look, you was trying to fake like you dark skinned. See, I told people.
What? Everybody knows I'm the most chocolatest one out here.
Listen.
Everybody knows I am the chocolate one.
Yeah, listen. In any case, don't sleep. Don't sleep on these. These give me Pigeon Dunk vibes. These give me Why So Sad vibes, because this little emblem here on the side. Listen. I can't guarantee you these is going to do crazy numbers, but they look pretty wearable. You know, I can't knock on these. You know what I'm saying? I can't knock on these. These are something different. University of Skateboarder, Nike SB, skateboarders teach the world. These ain't bad. I ain't gonna lie. These ain't bad. I might have to go after these. Jay Elevate, what's good with you, bro?
Bro, what's going on, man?
It's Saturday, April 26th, Jordan 11 Brads sold out on the sneakers app. 34,000 pairs. Your thoughts?
You know what? I wasn't sure if this kick was going to sell out, and I'm not saying on sneakers app. I didn't want to speak too soon, too early, but I will say that the kick in some areas or most areas are really sitting.
Really?
Yeah.
In what sizes though?
So I mean, it depends because
you always got to preference it by what sizes.
So someone else that I know, he hit me up and he was just like, "Hey, I don't know what size shoe we wear. Big pause on that, right?" But at the same time, I was like, "Yo, like go to your local store and see if you are able to even, you know what I'm saying, cop that kick." And coming to find out, he said, "Hey, Jay, it was an easy dub walking in."
What city he in?
He's in Racine. He's in Racine, Wisconsin. So
That's
Hey,
Wisconsin.
it don't matter. It don't matter. At the end of the day, if a hot chick is hot,
I
it's gonna
think.
sell out
Listen,
any day
hold
and
on a second.
everywhere,
Hold
bro.
on a
Let's
second.
just keep it a bean.
I would be pressed to see what it's looking like in your area though, over in Tampa.
So I was gonna go today, but I had no time. But again, you already know, this is a pass for me, bro. It's definitely a pass for me when it comes to the any Air Jordan 11 low is always a pass for me. I just won't do it. Can't do it. Can't get with it. That's just my whole take on it. Like y'all already know, man. I'm just not an 11 low fan and never will be an 11 low fan. It won't happen.
Yeah, I mean the 11 lows, they're an acquired taste. I've had a couple pairs in the past. You know, it is what it is. You know, 11 lows are a female with a tennis with a tennis skirt shoe. Come on, bro.
Hey,
my man, bro.
Hey, I didn't say it, but
Yeah,
someone
I didn't
else
say
did.
it. Yeah, we putting that comment on blast right now. Nah, I mean, listen, your opinion's your opinion on them. You know what I mean? We not here to come at you for your opinions like that. But I don't know. I give them a little more respect than that. Just a little more respect than that. But hey, it is what it is. You feel how you feel about the shoe. We ain't gonna knock you for it. Double tap that screen. Appreciate y'all being tapped in.
Yep.
Make sure you subscribe to my guy Jay Elevate and the One Pair at a Time podcast channel.
Yes,
plus
sir.
myself, Where Your Kicks Tuesday.
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna find a way to get back to doing these damn sneaker reviews on a consistent basis, like I need to be doing, bro. It's just been a whirlwind of stuff going on, man. You said 11 lows are worn by preschoolers. I mean,
it's just not for me. Listen. I've never picked up 11 low, never have, and looks like I never will. Superfly in the building. What up,
man? Look, Superfly, what's good with you, bro? Okay, there's a man asking where you were last week. Hey, man, I'm here, bro. You know, listen, I was going strong every episode, every Saturday, Friday and Saturday, because we was doing Friday and Saturday night. Strong.
Whoa.
Pause.
Thank you.
All right, I needed a couple vacations. I got one more vacation day basically on the docket for May 10th, but I'm going to be at Got Soul, so maybe I can tap in while I'm down there at Got Soul. We'll see what's up with that. Got Soul Miami. If y'all going to be in the area May 10th, starts at 12 o'clock out there. Where the hell is it say? Oh, it's out there in Wynwood. I forget what the address is, but yeah, I'll be out there for the show. You know what I'm saying? See what's up. Yeah. Matter of fact, I just got off the phone a little bit ago with Mr. Think I'm Possible, and he done sold like 4 or 5 pairs of kicks, and he said he on the hunt right now for them 85 hybrids. On the hunt. He said he coming home with them.
Without a doubt. What up, Harry?
What up, Harry? What's good with you?
Appreciate you. Listen, man, listen. I would get rid of some kicks definitely for that Bread High 85.
Yeah.
Without any questions.
Yeah.
Without any questions.
Yeah.
Without any questions.
But speaking of Bread High 85s, because you and I was talking about this earlier. I think Reimagine Black Metallic 5s might end up being sneaker of the year.
So hold up. So you telling me
over Unions,
listen,
Jordan 1 85 highs, even over maybe them brick by bricks.
You said that?
I'm saying it. I'm saying
brick
it.
By bricks?
I'm saying it. Bro. Listen. And look, and I got each one of these damn shoes I'm talking about right now. I got each one of them. Okay. The amount of craze for these metallic 5s has yet to be matched by any other shoe that's dropped. That's all I'm saying. Oh, Superfly got a good point. I wait to see what this special edition going to look like in the breads. He got a point with that. He does.
No.
Although they already came out and said they are not going to be a rendering of the 85 high cut. So while what you're saying is not wrong, it's a prediction I got going on right now. And we talking about, we 4 months into the year. We've seen a lot of shoes drop. A lot of shoes have dropped. A lot of shoes, bro. A lot of shoes have dropped. And so far, there has been no craze like there has been for these black metallic 5s. Love them or hate them. I've not seen the people out there in the streets like that for any other shoe but these.
Currently, I think that is a heavy debate. I do not doubt what you're saying. You know what I mean? And I'm coming from a perspective of, we had the Floyd Mayweathers, we had the Terrence Crawfords that came out. You know what I'm saying? A few of the Gervonta Tank Davises, came out and really showed them hands. Who really had that hand speed? Okay. I mean, it was nothing but free boxing matches throughout the whole U.S. when it came to those reimagined 5s. Now, I got to say this to the chat, man. 5s don't get no respect.
They getting respect this year.
But y'all for sure acted the fool for my third favorite silhouette of all time. And rightfully so.
Josiah Keys, what's good?
What up, famo? How you doing, Josiah?
Still Matic, what's good? Harry Wild, what's up?
What's your question, famo?
Yeah, hit us with the question. Miles, what's up? Superfly said, I'd rather have something different versus something that is old news.
You know what? I'm not mad at you about that, Superfly. I'm not mad at that, bro.
I mean, look, there's people that are going to pass on things, and there's people that are going to try to reach back on some stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, look. Well, here's what the thing is it's the unknown, right? It's the unknown. Right now, for whatever reason, the market has slid down on the 85 high breads. So it's a great time to get them if you really wanted them and you wanted to pull the trigger on them. That being said, what could be releasing can have a positive or negative effect on the 85 highs. We don't know exactly what this new bread rendition is going to be, but it could have a positive or negative effect. Positive being that these other breads coming out can cause the 85 highs to feel and seem more prestigious. Negative effect could be whatever these breads are coming out, it could have a negative effect and push them down as far as what people really want.
You know what?
I'm sorry. But hold on, but real quick.
Yeah.
The thing that's got me is these breads they talking about coming out, they still $250. That's the thing that's got me. Why are they $250? Because when they came out and told us everything that went into creating the 85 highs, you're talking about deconstructing actual 1985 pairs. You're doing freaking MRI scans and all this other stuff so you can make the most accurate shoe that could have came out back in 1985. So when you put all that together with the campaign, it's like, okay, these things are constructed in such a way that required actual real R&D, research and development to go ahead and put these 85 highs together. Okay. Now, these new ones coming out. Why? Why 250? Peace out, Harry. Appreciate you being tapped in. Why 250 for this pair coming out now?
Appreciate that, Harry. Appreciate you, bro. Listen, we don't know why, but if, and I'm still gonna put it out there, if if this special edition drops, if it releases, because I'm being told that it's not going to release, but yes, now they're saying that it's not going to be exactly a mock-up of the Bread High 85s, right?
Correct.
But at the end of the day, it may have the same build quality. We don't know. We just don't know. I mean, and let's be honest. So far, in my opinion, that Bread High 85 is the best build quality kick of 2025.
I mean, hands down, I was
To
best
me,
build quality kick. Hold on a second.
okay.
Now, build quality, as in no flaws, no QC issues, as far as the shoe is concerned. For a shoe of that price, I would at retail to hear next to nothing in terms of the QC of the shoe. I would agree on that.
Okay. So, we don't know, right? But like I said, man, a lot of the community, they're mad because how limited the kick was. Most importantly, a lot of people are upset because they did not get that exclusive access. They didn't get picked up in either a Rolls Royce. They did not get picked up right in the C8 Corvette or the other whips. They did not get that experience. So a lot of people are very upset and salty and feel like, why wasn't I picked? Right? Why was there only 10,000 pairs? And at the end of the day, when the community gets mad at something, it reflects in the shows. Let's be honest. We already know the ones have absolutely went down in when it comes to hype, when it comes to what people are seeking. Okay. But at the end of the day, like I said, that is the main reason why people are mad. And I think the third reason is the 250 price point. I think that's the reason. Later on down the line, I guarantee it, this Bread High 85 will go up. It will go up. Even with the ones hype declining like crazy.
Jay, it always shows when you don't get picked. Come on, bro.
We don't get picked.
Superfly, stupid. Superfly said something earlier. He said the 85. What did he say? The Bike Airs and the Unions are on the way out of his closet. He's gonna sell his. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm gonna keep it a bean. I got in my threes and I had them up on Alias for like 2 hours. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Lost and Founds dropped to 330. Desktop Union Shadows dropped 350. They gonna drop, bro. I mean, look, here's the thing: when people aren't necessarily chasing for the shoe anymore, yeah, they definitely gonna drop in price.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They definitely gonna drop in price. But I'll put it to you like this too, because the last few pairs that I actually bought resale, they didn't come from the US. They came from overseas. A couple of them came out of like via New Zealand. A couple of them got shipped from China direct. And I'm like, when you look at the amount of pairs that are available, like for example, you can go to market data and you can look on there for the amount of asks there are on certain shoes. So most of the asks that are the prices way above the current market, those are actually pairs here within the US that a lot of people are trying to sell, versus the ones overseas, for the most part, are the ones who are actually giving you better price points. So that's why when you're ordering them, from like your Gold, StockX, wherever, that's why a lot of times they're taking so long, because they're coming from overseas, because the people overseas are actually the ones presenting the best prices versus the ones here in the US. Matter of fact, so case in point, Mr. Thanks out there in Denver, he said first table he went to for a pair of Bread High 85s, it was asking $550 for him. $550.
Mm-hmm.
And I went and looked it up. I'm like, damn, go out the door with tax. If I bought them here in Florida, you talking about $490, and these fools asking $550. Can't do it. Can't do it.
Well, at the end of the day, it goes back to like what site you trust, right? If that site has always given you 100% great service, no issues with your kicks, and it's all about what you feel comfortable with. Because honestly, for me, some people say, "Hey, man, I'll pay less, but I know I ain't gonna get the best service." And some people say, "Listen, I know I'm gonna get the best service. I'm gonna pay a little bit more." If you think of it, it's like flying Continental or Delta. Let's just be honest. I'm just keeping it a bean with you.
I feel
you know what I mean? Nothing wrong with Continental, but it ain't Delta. Right?
My man said, I only do eBay. I don't trust overseas shoes that much.
See?
Well, I mean, look, listen, no matter what platform you try to do, you're never going to be 10 out of 10 safe. There's always going to be that 0.9999999 chance that somebody trying to hit you with the okie doke, or somehow the okie doke made it through. It happens every so often. But that being said, I think when it comes to, the shoes that released this year, you really got to think to yourself, what is it do you actually want? Like, for example, with the Rare Airs, there's like what? There's two different ones, a 3, a 4. Is there another rare? I guess if you want to count the undefeateds. Believe it or not, undefeated fours are Rare Air. When you remove the patch, it says Rare Air, but they don't necessarily list them Rare Air.
Correct.
Right? So let's just say, for all intents and purposes, we remove it. Based on that,
those 4
the only real Rare Air pair I want is the ones with the mirrored Nike Air on the back for the Jordan 3s. Those are the only ones I really want. Jordan 11 Rare Airs. Thank you. There is a Jordan 11 Rare Air.
Yeah, that's right. I'll be honest with you. So those Rare Air 3s to me is king. I'm picking that over the 4. And don't get me wrong, I like the 4, but to me the Rare Air 3 is king. But if you look on a resale market right now, it ain't doing that well.
The 3?
Right? No, it's not. Nope.
That's good news. Good news. That's great news. That means it's going to be easy cop.
Right?
Easy.
So but again, like, this is man, I'm not jumping off topic, but at the end of the day, those Rare Air 3s is tough, man. And I'm going to piggyback off what you're saying about, the Reimagined 5s. I love those Reimagined 5s. They absolutely go crazy. But the question is, that those Reimagined 5s, take away resale, because Reimagined 5s in the size 11 is going for a little bit like at $403 for resale, which is great in this economy. I mean, that means people are loving this kick.
The demand is still up there for them.
Correct. But man, once I get that Rare Air 3 in hand, I'm unofficial, off the books. It's gonna dethrone that bad boy.
You think Rare Air 3s is going to dethrone the Metallic 5 Reimagines? For you personally.
Yes, for me personally.
Okay.
Off the books. All right. So it ain't nothing official yet once I get that bad boy in hand. But yes, hey, Superfly, he said, man, he sold his 5s already. Hey, Harry, I'm glad you back, bro. Appreciate you, bro. For real. And then one more thing, man. We do got Jay in the building. You know what I'm saying? He said, I'm not gonna lie, I paid $550 for the Union LA, and they ain't even my size.
Damn.
See, that's the thing. That's the thing. Too many Chicago colorways, like Superfly said. He's like, yo, I'm so tired of looking at the Chicago thing colorway. This is why the Brick by Bricks is so highly sought out, because I said this before and a lot of people laugh. I said Nike has to do something different, but it can't be too far of a stretch away. And this is why that Brick by Brick is doing great.
I mean, but again, to me, the Brick by Brick is the Pine Green SB4 effect. It's the first of its kind. It's the first of its kind. And we all saw what happened with the Pine Green SB4s. Them things went up into the stratosphere as far as resale is concerned. But with the brick by bricks, I mean, you got them there over your left shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the first of its kind with that bike air on the back like that. Now, granted, I truly think Nike had something with the Jordan 4 RMs. Had they not went ahead and said, let's give it the Air Force One effect and start dropping it in all these obscene colorways, which basically watered down the prestige of the original Grandma's Driveway Jordan 4 RMs, you know? But again, these brick by brick 4s, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I got these joints here, and these joints is nice. And I said to myself, I'm not going to do what I did with the Pine Greens. Damn, I got them joints wrapped up. I ain't even going to worry about it right now. You got them exposed, though. You got them out. I'm not, you know. He said the brick by brick is exactly what it is if Nigel didn't promote. You know what? We're going to see what happens with these Jordan 4 Cave Stones that are going to be dropping. For whatever reason, they throwing Nike Air on the back of them things. You know which ones I'm talking about, right? The ones that have what looks to be like a Travis Scott type of mocha colorway on them with the Nike Air on the back.
Yep.
We're going to see how those move. Because if those move nicely, then I think these brick by brick 4s would have moved nicely with that bike air on the back. So Superfly, we'll see what happens with these Cave Stones that come out. Because I would argue the Cave Stones is a way more wearable pair. Would you say that, Jay?
I mean, absolutely. It is a more wearable pair because of the colorway. But real quick, I want to answer Harry's question real quick, and then Stillmatic. So Harry, as close as I can tell you is they're on the way, brother. I'm gonna answer your question. Oh, they already on the way. Trust me. Stillmatic, bro. If you talking about should you sell while the price is high, listen. In my opinion, bro, you're sitting on 2, 4, 6 pairs, bro.
Of what shoe?
Of the brick by bricks.
Shit. Really?
Like 5 pairs. You're sitting on 5 pairs. In my opinion, you know, take it for what it's worth, bro. Like, I would definitely start getting rid of some of those kicks. I'm not saying all of them, but I will start getting rid of some of those kicks, bro.
It all depends on how we came about them, too. Are they all retail cops? Did you pay a little bit over to get them? Let us know.
And that's another question. You know what I mean? Like, if you got them for retail, or if you clearly you're trying to make a profit. So if you can make a profit off those kicks, start getting rid of some of them. I'm not saying get rid of all of them, but start dwindling down a little bit. That's
he
just
said he got all them joints from eBay. Well, I mean, depending on what your price point was to get into them.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Clearly, you're doing it to make some bread. Yeah. So if you can make your bread, then make your bread, bro.
Depending on what the price point was to get into them, then yeah, why not? Why not? You know?
Yeah. Sure. Super real quick, only 4s people like are these Thunder-based sneakers. I get it. I get what he's saying.
Nah, because then White Cement's about to do something though. Then White Cement's about to do something. I ain't gonna lie to you. Then White Cement's about to do something though. Real quick, Shedeur Sanders, did he actually get drafted yet? Someone said he did, but I hadn't had a chance to confirm it yet.
I don't know, but I will tell you that he literally, bro, they have so many AI generated stuff on him, man. Like, listen, bro, man, I was dying laughing on the top.
Bro, Shedeur Sanders went to Cleveland, 5th round. Cleveland Browns.
Okay. He went to the Browns.
Shout out to Superfly and Jason C for hitting us in the chat with it.
Appreciate that, family. What up, Hate to Lose?
Wow. Hate to Lose. What's good with you?
Yeah.
The Browns. I mean,
Hey, listen, if
Who's their
he,
starting quarterback this year? Who's the Browns starting quarterback? It ain't Deshaun Watson no more.
I couldn't tell you. And the question is, will he be the starting quarterback?
Shador? Ain't no way. Not as a fifth rounder.
Will he
As a
be
fifth rounder?
starting? Will he be starting for them?
Not. All right. The chance of it happening is never zero. Let's put it that way. The likelihood, I would say, is slim to none that they put him out there. Now, if Cleveland is having a terrible season and they're looking at trying to boost some ticket sales, yeah, you're going to announce that Shador Sanders is going to start. So people come out and see what's up. And mind you, there's a bunch of people that love Shador and there's a bunch that hate Shador. And that's just for him. Then you got the people, the next level, to where the love and hate now is all because of Deion.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So do you foresee Deion being on the sidelines of some Cleveland Browns games? Yes. I'm telling you right now, from a business perspective, it's smart to have him there. But if he becomes a media problem, I'm telling you right now, bro, they as a fifth rounder, they won't hesitate to cut him. They won't hesitate to cut him.
This is what happens when you run your mouth too much.
Yeah. You know? Yeah. I mean,
let's be honest. This is what happens when you run your mouth too much at the end of the day. You know, listen, when you in the media too much and you run your mouth too much, like you just like so great. Anthony Edwards. Ja Morant. I said it. I called it. It is what it is.
You ain't say it.
Right? Again, it is what it is. Right? But if you have to be out there to perform, right? And when I'm saying perform, you have to be out there to show that you are true elite as you say you are. And I mean, people not gonna respect you with the stupid antics. They're just not. You're gonna lose a lot of people, and then also these organizations who paying you millions of dollars, they can go find another you. They can go find another one of you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Jason, so listen, like when you say LeVar Ball, right? Correct. But it's not his kids who talking a lot of craziness.
Yeah.
We understand that his middle child did an unfortunate situation with which messed him up. And I think if he would have stayed overseas playing, and then he would have made a better opportunity for himself to go ahead and join the NBA, because he really can ball. But when you out the game for so long and then you get that opportunity, it messes you up. But his other two kids, right? They've never been out there talking smack and saying something stupid. They haven't. This is why they're at where they're at, because they're making sure that they're not an embarrassment of the team.
See, all right. So listen, when you are a rookie coming in the NFL, they look at you like, especially as the quarterback, okay? No, win, lose, or draw, everything's going to at some point fall to there's the head coach and the quarterback of the team. All right. Now, when we look in the past of quarterbacks who had issues before they came into the league, and then what happened to them while they were there, you know what I'm saying? Like, look, Superfly, black or white, bro, like, you talking about the focal point of an NFL team and what it means for you positively or negatively. Because, and in the same token, I would say like people like Cam Ward is like a much better prospect than Shador. Now, if Shador was doing all that, plus went out and brought home like a BCS bowl, bowl win or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, but there's a lot of people that unfortunately tried to elevate Colorado as an organization higher than probably what they really should have been, all because they had Dion there.
But did he not make a good change for that?
He
team?
absolutely did.
Okay.
But
okay.
With that being said, if you actually took time to watch Colorado football games, they was in a lot of shootouts because they just could not necessarily do it on the defensive end. They were too small. And that offensive line, they could not necessarily compete with the real top tier college football. Like, bro, if they went up against Ohio State would ransack them. Ohio State was a super physical football team, bro. Like your LSUs and stuff, like super physical football teams that Colorado just did not have the size to necessarily compete with. You know? Look, rightfully so, they may not be better than Sanders. They may not be. But as the focal point of football, and mind you, it's, you know what, it's surprising to me that Cleveland Browns would take him, because think about it, they're the same team that took Johnny Manziel, and we saw how that turned out. And there we go, we talking about a quarterback that talked. Now this was a few years ago, and what happened with Johnny Manziel? He washed out how quick. Who else did they? There was another quarterback they took that ran his mouth a lot. And I can't remember who this other one was. Oh, who's my man that's starting quarterback for Tampa Bay? The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You know who I'm talking about.
I know you're talking about. God dog it.
Damn. Hold on a second.
I know
Chat, help Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield was another one that ran his mouth, and he almost got washed out the league too. Now, what's he been doing? He's been quiet. You don't necessarily hear about Baker Mayfield necessarily running his mouth like that. He decided to be quiet and let his play do most of the talking for him. So, and the prime example of a QB that got himself washed out the league because he ran his mouth was Ryan Leaf. Ryan Leaf. Most y'all may be too young to remember Ryan Leaf, but I remember Ryan Leaf because it was a huge debate between him and Peyton Manning as to who should go number one and number no, it was him and it was him and Peyton. Chargers ended up taking Ryan Leaf, and my man was out the league within 4 or 5 years. Most notably, when they talk about quarterbacks with issues, they always go and bring up video on Ryan Leaf and the way that he was getting into arguments with the coaches in the locker room and shit.
Here's the thing, right? And a lot of people got to understand this, because some people, they come from a family of wealth, of having some income, right? And yes, they might be a great athletic individual, but the team is looking at it like, are you going to be a problem for me? Are you going to be an embarrassment to the city? So now, you know, when you look at it like this, someone's paying you millions of dollars. I don't care about what anybody got to say about anything, right? At the end of the day, someone's paying you millions of dollars, bro. If you're going to be a problem, they don't need you. They can go find another one of you. And yes, Superfly, when we're talking about Kaepernick, Kaepernick, I've already thought about that when Ware Kicks was talking about that, because in my opinion, when it comes to Kaepernick, bro, like I'm not trying to get in too depth with that, but listen, NFL done him super wrong.
They did.
The NFL was absolutely ass-tastic what they did to Colin Kaepernick.
They was mad hypocritical on that.
Mad hypocritical. Yeah. Oh, we'll give you a shot if you shut up. And what he said, and I respect this dude. Well, you know what? He stand 10 toes down. I'm not bowing down for nobody. that when you talk about a person who has ethics, who really stands on their toes, and they said, you know what, man, forget the millions of dollars. As a matter of fact, I made enough money where, you know what, I ain't got to work for the rest of my life. F y'all. But see, you guys also want to talk about other stuff like this. Let's talk about, you know, Jay-Z. He put in his song before.
Hold on a second. Before we get to Jay-Z.
Okay.
When we talking about Colin Kaepernick, Colin Kaepernick stays in the NFL had he actually won that Super Bowl.
I don't think so.
I'm telling you, as a Super Bowl win. Now, mind you, because he was not the starter that year they made the run, I believe. And y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but he was not the game one starter that year that the 49ers made that run to the Super Bowl. And then they lost to who? I think it was they lost to the Ravens, right? And I believe that was that. Hold on. Was it the Ravens? Colin Kaepernick. Hold on.
I don't think it's the Ravens.
Super Bowl loss.
I could be wrong.
Who was it?
I could be wrong. I don't
So,
think
okay, yeah, Alex Smith was the starter. There we go. Because that's the year Alex Smith, I think that's when Alex Smith, was that when he broke his leg?
So
no. Alex Smith didn't break his leg then. But, hold up. They lost. Who the hell did they lose? I want to say that was Ray Lewis's last season.
Ray Lewis, his last, okay. Ray Lewis last season, he won, and he said, that's it. Okay, correct. Yes.
Ravens, correct. Okay, it was the Ravens. Okay.
Yes.
Now, listen, I'm telling you, had he been able to pull that win out, he would have had much more clout in what it was he was doing, because you're talking about a Super Bowl winning quarterback. And listen, and if you don't think it makes a difference, look at the way the conversation has now changed around Jalen Hurts for a lot of people, because he was able to go in there and win a Super Bowl in the fashion in which, granted, there's some detractors, but the conversation is different now surrounding Jalen Hurts because he was able to win a Super Bowl. As a Super Bowl winning quarterback and coming off that, I'm telling you right now, he would have had a little bit more leeway in what it was he was doing as a Super Bowl winner versus a Super Bowl loser. And when you also couple the fact that when you looked at Colin Kaepernick as a whole with just his play, remove everything else, just his play aside, a lot of the NFL feels as though a guy that mainly runs and barely throws, they can basically find anywhere. They can get a lot of guys to do that. Just things just happened to come together that year where they made a run behind the man.
So I agree with the part that, hey, you might get just a little bit of lenience. I still disagree with you. They still would have got him up out of there. They still would have gotten out of there. And at the end of the day, man, like all of the NFL protests that was going on, guess what? Forgotten about. People forgot about it, right? Let's just be honest. I mean, listen.
No, I'm listening to you.
Know, Jay put in his song pretty much. He talked about the NFL, like, you know what? Skip y'all. But guess what? Guess what they did? They put him on board. Guess what? Who can we get, Jay, for halftime shows? So what I'm saying is like, yes, Superfly, yes, you know, when it comes to the Sanders family, you know, news media and everything like that, yes, it hyped up the NFL. It brought a lot of stuff. It brought a lot of attention to the Sanders family. But at the end of the day, nobody's going to deal with you if you're going to be a problem. They can go find another you. And if you want to blow millions of dollars of just running your traps, look at Jimmy Butler. That's another guy I'm going to put out there. Talking your chaps too much, man, and you want to blow your bag, that's on you. You
ain't see, like,
no,
you right. And I think what we need, listen, what we need to make a distinction with here is we talking about at the quarterback position. At the end of the day, you supposed to be the franchise. You supposed to be the face of that team. It's you, head coach. Y'all the face of the team. Okay? Look what happened with Deshaun Watson, bro. You think they want that to be face of the team? The fact that Cleveland gave him that giant contract before they even settled what was going on just goes to show how desperate Cleveland was to get themselves a franchise quarterback, that they was going to take on a player who had these type of accusations against him. Mind you, you saw how the NFL dealt with, you remember Ray Rice, don't you? The running back from Baltimore.
Yep.
When they had him on video punching his girl, even though his girl said, I'm staying with him, I'm sticking by him, all that.
Yep.
My man was wrong, bro.
That was his fiance at the time.
Yeah, at the time. Correct. And they still went ahead and got married. And I think they still together now. You know what I'm saying? But they made an example out your boy. And a lot of that was during the Me Too movement stuff too. But now we talking about the franchise, the face of your franchise is supposed to be that starting quarterback. That's why they're paying this man $35, $40, $50 million per year. Right? And the last thing they want, any NFL team wants, is to have your franchise quarterback be the face of controversy every week, not necessarily for his play, but just because of the way he's talking. You know, you remember Terrell Owens ran his mouth all the time, but his production was next level. And mind you, T.O. didn't really start running his mouth until he became what we know to be T.O. Hold on. Who was the other receiver who was the wide receiver that was on Pittsburgh? And then remember he was playing for the Tampa Bay Bucks and then he walked off the field. What was my man's name?
Oh my gosh, hold on. Tom Brady brought him on. Oh, that weird
dude. Correct. Chad, help me out.
That weird dude. Why am I drawing a blank?
I see his face and I can't think of his name.
Yeah, me too. I'm picturing his face.
You know what I'm saying? But you talking about wide receivers, Brown. His last name was Brown. Was it? No, Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown. Okay?
Yep.
Most NFL teams will deal with you if the production is like that on the field. They'll deal with you running your mouth. At the quarterback position, you better be above top tier to be running your mouth like that. And for an NFL team to want to hold you. And you talking about coming in as a rookie.
Hold up now.
Go ahead.
Pause on the rookie right there, right?
Okay.
Terrell Owens talking trash. I can't recall him doing anything off the field that was just absolutely crazy drastic. Can you?
Crazy drastic. Man, never been arrested. Never got caught up with no woman controversy or anything that I can remember. The worst was when he was with the Eagles and he was trying to get a new contract after the way he played against the New England Patriots, even though the Eagles lost. Like, I remember my man set up an ab machine out in the driveway, and my man was doing sit-ups while the media was there because he was having a dispute with the Eagles. Plus, he was that was the other thing. Then he was coming out talking a lot of trash about Donovan McNabb. That's ultimately what got him kicked off the team. Running his mouth about Donovan McNabb.
But it was nothing like what we talking about was going on, recently with certain NFL players. You know what I'm saying? Get into physical altercations.
And what has Shedeur done? What has Shedeur done? He hasn't gotten in any trouble. I would say the biggest controversy came from his teammate that was dating that girl. My man that got drafted by the Jacksonville Jaguars. I would say it was more controversy going on with old boy and the girl he decided he was going to date versus anything good, bad, or indifferent with Shedeur Sanders.
But again, you're a rookie. You running your mouth too much. Don't care. Listen, you know how many college stars out there went to the NFL and just flopped?
Correct. A
You're
lot
a
of them.
rookie. You know, listen, you're a rookie. You're trying to get to that next level. Shut up.
Facts.
Move with confidence, speak with confidence, but stop with all the stupidity. It's a turnoff, bro.
Yeah.
I'm a billionaire and I have a billionaire business. I'm paying you 10 mil a year. You ain't never had 10 milli. Maybe your father, your mother had, but you never had 10 milli. Shut up. Get on the field and not talk your stuff. But see, you can't be out here talking about all this craziness and you ain't got no ring on your finger. You ain't no champion. Anthony Edwards. See, Superfly, but what do you mean, bro? It depends on what you mean because, like I said, I think Kaepernick, absolutely, I give this man all props and all credit. But see, guess what? He made it. He made it. So there's a big difference, Superfly. There's a big difference. We're not saying just bowing down and just for anything, but at the same time, you really got to stand up for something major if you're going to do it. If you're going to do it right. Don't halfway step. That's the whole difference I'm making. Right? That's what I'm saying. And Johnny, I get you talking about the NIL deals. He is a millionaire, but guess what, bro? Like, by how much? How much? You know, at the end of the day, if you're talking about you gonna stand for something, be all in it. Don't keep your foot tit for tat. Don't do it.
Look what happened to my man. Look what happened to my man from Tennessee that got kicked off the team. They said they will not negotiate because he was trying to negotiate for some extra money, and now he ended up having to transfer to a whole different school. He was a starter for the Tennessee Volunteers last year. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, these guys in college have an opportunity now to actually make some money because there's no guarantee they make it to the NFL. Yep. We know plenty of people that, you know, career-ending injuries. Now, granted, with modern medicine, remember when an ACL tear used to be career ending. Now it's just like it's a drop in the bucket type injury that a lot of people deal with, and they'll have you back on the field within 4 to 6 months. Mm-hmm. But again, like we've seen dudes get hit. The CTE stuff is legit, bro. With all the brain issues and stuff people have after playing football. You know what I mean? Like, and mind you, we was talking about Antonio Brown earlier. My man was not the same after he took that hit from, was it Terrell Suggs that hit him like that? I forgot who it was that hit him like that. But I remember the way he got hit and the way he just flopped over in the game. My man was never the same after that. Never the same after that. You know what I'm saying?
What up, Just a Guy? Appreciate you, Famo. Appreciate you. You know what I mean? Like,
Sanders' family is doing plenty good. Sanders' family is. The difference, though, Superfly, is this, okay? In actuality, Deion was kind of the first of his kind when it came to the flashy cornerback player.
Yes.
Mind you, Deion, like, bro, there's legends of Deion and what he did. He walked into the combine, ran a sub 4.2, and rode the hell on home. My man was elite of elite of elite when it came to a college football player. His son, good player, his son is nowhere near his level. nowhere near his level, bro. Nowhere near it.
And there's also a difference between doing something great for the community, which I support that, but at the same time, running your mouth, doing too much like you're not supposed to, whether it's talking about with your teammates, the absolute school. Listen, when you are a high prospect, you are being looked at from head to toe. And I'm not saying you don't have to be yourself, but if you are a problem child, they can go find you somewhere else. Just like everybody out here, you might be great at your job, but if you getting into it with everybody at your job, they will fire you. They will find another one of you. That's a difference. It ain't about like, oh, just being a good old boy and just bowing down. Can you work well with others? It's more than just about standing for something. Are you standing for the right thing? It is the real debate right there, Superfly. That's the real debate, bro.
And granted, they ain't do nothing crazy. Like, if anything, I would say LeVar Ball, there's way more controversy surrounding him. But to your point, Jay, separate LeVar Ball from his sons. His sons really don't do a ton of trash. Like Melo probably does the most trash talking out of the three brothers, but even then, it's not even nothing wild. You know what I'm saying? Shador's thing is, and unfortunately, I think most of the real issue that comes with Shador, if you remove anything good, bad, or indifferent about, just look at him as the player. Okay? The man's got a live arm. He's athletic. He can move around.
Mm-hmm.
I've watched games. I think he actually does have really good decision making. What the teams are afraid of is the off the field perception of him. It's the off the field perception, and whether or not they feel as though he's a good enough prospect to take that on and see how it turns out.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. Like, the marketing is there. The marketing is there for him. Everything basically is there. He needs his shot and basically needs a real opportunity to prove to people that he is not this negative perception that people have on him. Okay. Now, I don't know if he's going to get that actual shot in Cleveland. I don't know if it's going to happen.
Okay? I hope he does.
Unfortunately, and no disrespect to Browns fans out there, but unfortunately, that organization is one to where a lot of careers go to die, especially within the first few, because they always picking at the top of the draft, and you know, it's just, listen. I think Cleveland has had the most freaking top 3 QB draft picks in all of NFL history, bro. It's just like a revolving door when it comes to the quarterback position. But to me, it goes deeper than what they're doing on the football field. It's more so with the organization as a whole and how they're doing stuff. That's part of the reason why the Dallas Cowboys have the problems they have now. It ain't so much the players on the field, it's that organization from the top all the way down through to the players. Mr. That's a whole other conversation. What up, Mr. Think? So, for Shador, what's going to help him is a change of perception. Is a change of perception. And here's the crazy thing that y'all don't understand when it comes to football, bro. Okay. And I'm removing Shador Sanders out of this because I heard this conversation happen with some old NFL players. Matter of fact, there's a podcast with Fred Taylor, And my man that played for Pittsburgh, Ryan, damn, what's his last name? I can't think of it. Anyways, they were talking about this.
Mhm.
They said, for whatever reason, the pros and cons on you when you come into the NFL, no matter what level of player you actually become, for whatever reason, those pros and cons seem to follow you throughout your entire career. So you could come into the league and they think you're undersized at like the middle linebacker position, right? But you actually get a chance to start. Next thing you know, you put up 300 plus tackle seasons and, you know, damn near in the running for defensive player of the year every year. You could end up going to another team could be looking at you and they will still call you and still say you're undersized and look at you sideways, even though you've had production level that puts you at the Pro Bowl level. I don't know why that is. It seems to only be something that happens within football. And it just kind of follows you throughout. It just kind of follows you throughout. So anything negative about you as a player usually just kind of follows you. Like if you're a player that they say, oh, well, you know, he doesn't necessarily have the greatest hands. You could have a few 90 plus reception seasons, and maybe you got a couple drops sprinkled in there. And you know what they'll end up saying on ESPN? Well, sometimes in the real big spots, he ends up dropping the football. They will focus on a sprinkled in negativity about you, and that will follow you through your entire career up until you retire.
Yeah.
So it just seems to be something within the NFL. Like, mind you, y'all don't understand when Michael Jordan was coming into the league, there were knocks on him as a player coming out of North Carolina.
Yep.
No one saw him turning into what he turned into. They thought he was going to be decent, but no one saw him turning into that. Because albeit, what was it? Clyde Drexler was selected before him, right?
Yeah, then don't forget
To the
Patrick Ewing.
Blazers.
Everybody loved Pat.
But that's what I'm saying. But they thought as prospects, they thought them two were leaps and bounds above Mike.
Mm-hmm.
And they thought Chicago was kind of crazy for selecting Mike number 3.
But see, you know what? Listen, what about Tom Brady? He was like
Tom Brady was a 6th round pick. Tom Brady was a 6th round pick, bro.
Bottom of the barrel. And he is the greatest quarterback in NFL history. So what it goes to is how hungry you are, how bad you want it. And that's just anything in life, bro.
And then it also, listen, there's a lot that goes into winning. Because then it comes down to the team you go to, the coaches you have. You know, if you're on the bench, you know, if you're on the bench, would you actually get an opportunity to actually go in there and play like that? Would you actually get that opportunity? You know, there's a lot that happens. You know, Tom Brady became who he was because Drew Bledsoe got hurt. Drew Bledsoe doesn't get hurt, Tom Brady ain't playing.
Aaron Rodgers?
Listen, Aaron Rodgers was the heir apparent to Brett Favre for how long? He was supposed to be the start and had to sit there for how long? So Brett decided he wanted to leave.
Steve Young,
another one, sat behind Joe Montana all that time. And then Joe Montana went to Kansas City.
But we can also say a lot of these guys, they learned from the greats. You know, when you in practice with individuals like this, the greats, right? That also plays a role. Yes, the system does play a role with you coaching. I agree. But I'm talking about when you coming off when you coming off the bench for some of these guys and you working with them every day, you're only going to get better. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's just facts, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's just pure facts, man. At the end of the day, listen, Johnny said Blazers already had Clyde. That's why they picked Sam, and they did pick
Okay,
Sam.
that's right. That's right. My bad.
They did pick Sam.
Yeah, that's right.
They
Sam,
didn't
my
need
bad.
another shooting
My
guard.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but see, hindsight's 2020 because who saw Michael Jordan turning into what he did? Nobody. Nobody saw that. Nobody saw that, bro. You know, nobody saw that.
I mean, there've been plenty of like busts in the NBA, plenty of busts, right? I mean, Curry was what he went like 25th, and look where he's at now. You know, the greatest shooter. You know, most people would say he is the greatest shooter of all time, and he went like number 25 in the pick.
Yeah,
25, 26, something like that in the pick.
Steph Curry was not like a highly touted prospect. Is Deion a better athlete than Jordan? I would probably say yeah. My man Deion, not only did he shine on the football field, but he baseball too. But I got a better one comparison for you. Deion Sanders or Bo Jackson?
What?
Deion Sanders or Bo Jackson? I'd say Bo Jackson.
Hey, first of all, Bo knows best. You remember that?
But I got another one for you. Most y'all don't know, Jim Brown was a top prospect in lacrosse during his college days and played football. Y'all can look that one up. My man Jim Brown was like that playing lacrosse.
Hey, lacrosse is, bruh. People be losing teeth just to play that game for free.
Man.
That's wild.
Man.
That's wild. You know what I mean? So it all depends on perspective.
Look, the problem with Bo Jackson, no Superfly, was unfortunately his career got cut short because he hurt his hip. Now, I would say this, and I said this earlier. The injuries that players suffer today were career-ending injuries 30, 40 years ago. If Bo Jackson played today and suffered that same injury, and I don't even necessarily know what the injury was, I would bet you that he'd have a way higher chance of coming back and being just as good, having the modern surgery techniques that they have now. Like, bro, back in the day, and Superfly, you can attest to this. When they did ACL surgeries, bro, you can tell anybody who's had an ACL surgery out there, an old one, because the scar is like freaking 8 inches long, pause, from your thigh down through your knee. It's a long ass scar because they used to have to open the entire knee up in order to repair it. Now, it's like a couple little robotic hands that can get in there and repair it microscopically. They don't got to open you up like that anymore. And opening the body up like that causes the rehab time and the scar tissue from being opened up like that to basically affect you in a negative way.
Superfly, I agree. He said no one talking about Bo and giving him his flowers makes me sick to my stomach. Listen, we know what Bo did and who he was, man. Bo knows best, bro. We know. But you know, it's all about it comes to marketing as well. We know that. It comes to the league. If the league wants to market their individual, just like NBA players.
Hold up. I got one for y'all though. Go ahead, okay. Jay. No, I want you to say what you're going to say. I want you to say it. Finish it.
Just like
I'm
NBA
about to say
players.
Something that's all the way controversial.
You got D-League NBA players right now because they are not getting the respect that they should. They're not on that court. They're not on the bench. And a lot of those bench players should be in the D-League. It's because of how the NBA team, or how the NBA has already marketed certain people they want. That's at the end of the day, it's who they want, and because they already spend so much time marketing these people, they have to put them there. That's just the truth, right? I mean, let's call it what it is.
Okay.
Right. I'll give you an example. Right. Even though my man's got hurt, there's no reason why he should still be in the league coming out the bench. My man from Boston who got hurt. I'm talking about Thomas, Isaiah. I'm talking about Isaiah Thomas. Right. That dude right now,
I remember
he's
that.
still in the D League. He'll come back to the league right now. And I'm not saying he's gonna be that 30-point guy again. But I'm telling you right now, he will definitely come off the bench and he will be better bench player than these more than half, at least 75% of these younger players off the bench in his prospective position. I'm calling it, and it is what it is. When they don't want you no more, they don't want you. Look at LaMelo. Look how they dogged out LaMelo. Stop it, man. Stop it.
All right, so we talking about players, old players that don't get no respect, right? We talking about that. Now, we all love Michael Jordan, right? We all love Michael Jordan, greatest player. But I'm going to ask y'all a question. Hold up, which way I need to move? Without all these, how much talk would there be about Michael Jordan today? Without this, remove the sneakers. How much we talking about Michael Jordan today? How much we going to talk about Michael Jordan today? I would say Michael Jordan is in our minds the way he is because of these right here. Straight up. Straight up. This is why Michael Jordan stays prominent. Matter of fact, this is some of y'all argument as to why LeBron will never be better than Mike. Because y'all right away go, whose shoes sell more? Michael Jordan's or LeBron's?
Jordan is better.
So you can't sit here and say this isn't a topic of conversation when it comes to the debate of sneakers, because in actuality, look, I'm going to keep it a beam with you. LeBron shoes are listen. I'm going to tell y'all right now, as far as technology is concerned, these retros are like blocks to play in compared to the way they design these shoes now. These shoes now are set up to allow you to cut better, jump higher, run faster. The technology of today's basketball shoes are way better than these joints behind me. Okay? That's just facts. Now, looks-wise, 1,000%. The Jays look 10 times better than anything else. Performance-wise, no.
All right. So where are your kicks? That is part of the debate. That is part of the debate. I do not disagree with you at all, but I'm gonna throw something back at you. Throw something bike.
Go ahead. Okay.
LeBron's shoes really doesn't tell a story about LeBron. See, MJ's shoes tell a story about MJ, even off the court.
So, but before you keep going, name another player. Name another player that has anything that tells a story about them like that. Tom Brady? No. Tom Brady ain't got nothing like that.
I'm gonna give you one shoe. Kyrie Irving, just one.
Listen.
Just one shoe.
Listen, when Kyrie Irving retires, 20, 25 years after Kyrie retires, he ain't gonna be a blip on the radar for a lot of people in terms of talk, especially when it comes to shoes. When they talk about some of the greatest handles in the NBA, that's when Kyrie Irving's name will come back up.
He is one of the greats. He is one of the greats.
Okay.
But Jamal Crawford got the best crossover. All right. Anyway.
I mean,
No, don't you?
eh.
Hey, don't
see,
you?
but see, there go another debate. Is it him, Tim Hardaway? Is it AI?
Don't you do it.
Listen. As good as Jamal Crawford's crossover was, he ain't never catch MJ with it. One of the highlights they show about Michael Jordan is him getting taken by your boy AI. Yes or no?
No, facts.
And what pairs of kicks was he wearing? What pairs of kicks was Mike wearing that day too?
Oh, that's a good history lesson. Hold on.
What was he wearing?
Hold on. Stop. I'm probably wrong, but I want to say Mike was I think Mike was rocking the 10s. I'm probably wrong. That's a good one though. That's a good one. What pair was he rocking? He said, "Let me look."
Hold up.
let me look real quick. Hey Johnny, yes, bro. Jamal Crawford.
Are you sure, bro?
Whoa! I said I'm probably wrong, but I'm thinking the 10s. Okay.
Unfortunately,
the 12s.
Pair of cherry 12s, bro.
The 12s.
Cherry 12s. Hey, now y'all know we ran. Some of y'all that are new in here, y'all don't know about this, but we did do a trivia raffle a few months back. Y'all better make sure y'all write this down. This could end up being a question that pops up one day for a trivia.
Hey, hold
raffle.
on, chat. 1 second. 1 second, chat. 1 second.
Yeah, Penny Hardaway. Oh man, Penny's another one, bro. That's another one. Unfortunately, him and Grant Hill, the injuries. Him and Grant Hill, the injuries cut their career down to what they could have been. Yep, Jamal Crawford. Facts. Jamal Crawford was bad, bro. Jamal Crawford. Facts. LeBron's son can't play a lick. It would seem that way. Although I haven't seen the highlights, they said my man been able to drop, have some 30, 40-point games up in the D League. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. So what else we got here? That's true. If he wasn't, okay. NTM TV says that's true. But if he wasn't as great, then his shoes would not continue to perform as they do. So to your point, I think it's twofold. I think you're 100% correct. Had it not been for the way he played, his sneakers would have never made it to the levels they made it to. At the same time, now, because of the sneakers, that's what helps to keep him relevant in terms of being a part of almost everyday conversation. Because you had, like even Mike said at one point, that he modeled his game after people like Dr. J. Now, for those all who don't know, go look up some highlights on Dr. J. They got them all on YouTube, bro. They got them all on YouTube. Before your dunkers like Vince Carter, there was Dr. J. Okay, my man had some seriously nice dunks. You're talking about a player who was acrobatic in the air, Dr. J. They say my man used to hang in the air like that. The thing is y'all don't want to talk about LeBron. Bro, I just, listen. LeBron's son, when you think about it, though, what did he actually do? He's a victim of being LeBron's son. Okay? Bronny James didn't really do much talking. And part of the issue with Bronny James was he had that heart condition that sidelined him a lot. And I think backhandedly, a lot of people are worried about him having another issue and possibly passing out on the court and or dying. Like my man that was playing for the New York Giants when he took that hit and fell out on the court. On the field. Grant Hill was a monster early, bro. Grant Hill was a monster early. You know what I'm saying?
Say what?
Now, we're not even saying that Deion signed necessary. Okay. How should I put this? What you're saying is not wrong. The problem is, unfortunately, there's negative perception when it comes to Shedeur Sanders. Would you agree or disagree? There's a negative perception when it comes to Shedeur Sanders. Why people have that? That's for them to say. Okay? But there's negative perception on him. LeBron James' son, Bronny, the first thing they said is he will never be as good as his dad. And that's the same issue Michael Jordan's sons had when they tried to make it into the NBA. They ain't never going to be like their dad. Now, when it comes to this situation, you talking about the one son, you know, father versus son. The son plays quarterback. The father played corner. So two different positions. So based on that, they're not necessarily comparing them football-wise. But player for player and just the perception of them like that. Go ahead, Jay.
Hey, Superfly, listen. Bronny James has so much pressure on him, and no, I'm not giving him a pass, bro. Bronny James has had some issues, health scare, right? That's one. Number two thing is, when you got the media and all these other individuals, right, saying, hey, you're not going to be like your dad. Hey, guess what? Hey, you're too small. Your brothers, whatever. Not every athlete can handle that type of mental pressure. Mm-hmm. Bronny James got in the league because of his father. Let's just be honest. There's no holding back about that, bro, without a shadow of a doubt.
He forced the Lakers to select him.
Hello. I mean, we know this.
Listen, that's not shocking. Had it not been for that, my man wouldn't have been drafted.
Right? Let's just be honest. But what we can say about Bronny is that at least he's been working hard, and when he goes to the D League, he's been putting up some numbers in the D League, which means his confidence is getting better. By all means, when we're talking about Deion Sanders' son, the only difference is that Bronny doesn't have any negative stigma about him when it comes to on the court and off the court. He got a clean slate, bro. That's the only difference. That's the only difference what we're saying. And yes, I do feel like Deion Sanders' son is absolutely a better athlete by far. But again, that perception is a monster. And don't get me wrong, I'm not always for perception. I'm not for it. But I'm looking at it from a standpoint of these individuals, or that one individual who's the owner of the organization. So I want to be very clear about that, bro. I want to be super clear about that. And we know when LeBron retires out the league, if Bronny James does not average more than 1.7 points a game, he's going home. We know this. That's not a debate. We're just saying who has the cleaner record. But yes, a fact.
And the thing is, ain't neither one of them been in trouble for nothing, really.
Exactly. We know that. No, we not.
You know what I'm saying? None of them have been in trouble for anything. It's just for unfortunately, when you talk about Shedeur Sanders, there's negativity surrounding him. Now he's got to do what he needs to do in order to create his own brand and not have it be that way.
That's it. Like, yeah, he's
Yeah.
not doing nothing crazy, but again, it's the perception. We're not saying that. We're just telling you from an NFL standpoint, bro. We're not doing that. We never
It's more
said he
so
was
a media look. I'm a
media.
look. Let's keep it a bean, bro. Let's keep it a bean. We got Cowboys fans on here. Now, what I'm about to say, a lot of y'all not gonna like, but for those y'all who are not Cowboys fans, y'all can understand what I'm saying. The media, somehow, some way, always seems to be able to talk about the Cowboys as if this team is on its way to the Super Bowl, and a lot of times their record is below 500, and somehow the Cowboys are always talked about at length. And you're like, why are we discussing the Cowboys who ain't even gonna make the playoffs right now? But it's because the media knows when they talk about the Cowboys, it brings in views. Because most people outside of the Dallas Cowboys organization view Cowboys fans as delusionally loyal. I would say outside the Eagles organization, y'all would say a bunch of negative stuff about Eagles fans as well. Probably more so than Dallas fans. But y'all can't really say too much because Eagles just came off winning the Super Bowl and we've been making the playoffs for the past few years. Cowboys been first round and they can't sniff the second.
Whoa.
Okay.
Whoa.
But then you have organizations like, let me think here. I'm trying to think of an organization that the media loves to talk bad about. Cleveland. They love to talk bad about Cleveland. I would maybe
Ravens
say Jacksonville.
Be honest, the Ravens have been in there. Be honest.
Ravens. Miami.
Ravens have been in there.
There are teams that the media loves to be negative on. They love to try to stir up controversy within that organization. Okay? The reason why I'm bringing them up is because, unfortunately, as what's happening is he's got a negative cloud around him due to the fact that he was at Colorado playing under his dad. Because in actuality, no one wanted to see Deion, who had no previous coaching experience, go from coaching in the all black school and then moving up to D1 and having any kind of success. HBCU. That first year when Colorado was playing like trash, people were like, see, we told you. But then what happened the next year and the year after that? The program started going. But as that happened, Deion would talk more and more and more. Unfortunately, okay, Deion is no longer the cornerback. Deion is the head coach. And I will tell you, there are other head coaches out there who have had the same approach. And guess what? If they stunk, they'd be out of there too. Let Deion have one or two straight losing seasons. Your boy done been up out of there. He gonna be up out of there. When you win, most people, they got to shut their mouth. But now we have a situation to where the son is trying to make it into the NFL. All right. They're looking at it as, well, if we draft him, Guess what's coming along with it? His dad. And there's going to be, mind you, Shador's going to go out, have a game, and what's the media going to do? They're going to be interviewing Deion, asking him about Shador Sanders, about his son and how he played. Now, what you think Deion going to do? You think he's going to be like, well, and just kind of keep it light? Or is Deion going to be Deion and be outspoken about what he's seeing? Then the media's going to take that. Now they're going to the NFL, and now they're asking the NFL coaches about what a college football coach said about the way you coaching his son. And now there's all this back and forth stuff going on in me. I'm telling you right now, good, bad, or indifferent, teams look at this type of stuff and they go, you know what? We can avoid the possibility of that happening by not taking your boy. Period.
So here's something else. Warrior Kicks and Superfly. Because we've been focusing on this Sanders guy for too long, right?
Hell yeah.
Maybe the NFL has an issue with Deion. And when I'm saying Deion, clearly his dad. Something else we don't know. And there's nothing wrong with speaking with confidence on the media. But again, like I said, you have to speak with confidence, but it can't be over the top, bro. And all I'm saying is I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the young man, because I don't think so. Yeah. I just absolutely feel like when media paints a picture and they put it out there, that's what people see. I'm not saying nothing wrong with the kid. I never said he did something wrong, but at the end of the day, when there's nothing wrong speaking with confidence, but as soon as the media turn on you, guess what, bro? The world sees it, and now they're gonna be like, oh, well, this is how he is. That's all I'm saying. I didn't say nothing wrong with the young man. I'm just saying sometimes you have to just slow down. We know Deion Sanders was very flamboyant. I mean, we could talk about him having his own rap video when he's wearing his snakeskin kicks, right?
Right? Shaq had a rap video. AI had rap videos.
So we know he was flamboyant. We know he knew he was that. Eesh. And so that DNA transpired to his son, and there's nothing wrong with it. But again, it goes back to how the media paints the picture of you. And now the NFL is like, you talk too much. That's all we saying. I never said something's wrong with the young man. Like nothing. But at the end of the day, bro, that's just the way it goes. And maybe the NFL has a problem with him. Hey, listen, hey, Tino. I'm living my old days, so man.
You know what's so funny?
I'm living my old days.
I've been wondering why the hell that brim is extra long. Pause. What? Like, why you got like? I've been wondering why that joint like that. I was just like, maybe it's just the camera angle. I've been wondering that for a good minute. Like, what's up with my man Brim right now? Why that joint?
I'm supporting my team, man. Listen, I remember when we put in some work back then.
Man, look, Miami Heat. Yeah.
Man, I'm supporting my squad.
I feel you, bro.
Tino roasted my head.
Man, listen.
Hey, chat, double tap that screen, like, share, subscribe, man. Come on, man. We running it up, man. We running it up for real.
Hell yeah. Listen, rightfully so. You know what I'm saying? Shador Sanders finally drafted to the Browns. It was definitely a topic of conversation that's been happening since the whole college football season has ended. Where will these guys be drafted? That was a surprise to a lot of people in the fact that he fell all the way down to the 5th round to the Cleveland Browns. We wish my man luck, and we will see what happens as the future unfolds. That being said, speaking of the future, what upcoming kicks are you looking at passing over? Because I got a few. I'm already looking to pass over, bro.
I can tell you right now, man, like listen, I'm gonna reverse that question, man. I'm really focusing, honestly, bro, like Rare Air 3s, I'm gonna give y'all that video real soon. But like white cements is really my main focus, bro. I caught the W on the
Yes, he
Young
did.
Man Jack Vault. I caught the W on
me tell
that
you.
yesterday,
Pass.
and that's cool.
Pass. These Mambacitas. You like them? You want them?
No, this isn't for me.
Pass.
This isn't for me.
UNC reimagined Jordan 1s. You going after them?
Yes.
Pass. Rest of the stuff on here.
He said, "What are those?"
What's these joints? What? Women's aluminum foil. I might change my mind on it. But for now, pass.
No, definitely a pass.
Okay. Like honestly, bro, like you, Rare Air 3s and white cement 4s. I'm telling y'all right now, I'm not chasing down these shoes like this no more. Listen, I got the University Blues and I got Jordan 1 UNC toes. I don't need reimagined UNC joints. And then you get me with the what they hit me with, the lost and found box, bro. You can't even change the box up for me. Nah, I'm good on that. What our man G Fish used to say, they hitting us with that baking soda. Okay, they hitting us with that baking soda. Shout out to G Fish if you're listening out there. But yeah, I'll pass on that, bro. Like, listen, and then after that, I would say shatter backboard 1s. I can't necessarily think of anything else like that. Gamma 11s.
Whoa, no.
We'll see.
Hey, hold on. Stop. We got to stop this bull crap.
What I
Let's
skip
stop.
over?
Stop this bull crap. You gave me the listen. Big pause. You gave the bobblehead. All right. The Gammas. You was talking about I gotta get the Gammas. Hey, bro, forget what you said.
No. Hold on. Hold on a second. Purple Haze say he got to get the Gammas because he never got them. I have a pair.
I didn't say you didn't have them, but I could have. I promise.
I'm just saying.
Said,
I'm just saying. I got Gammas there. I don't necessarily need them joints. The only ones I said I gotta have really was Rare Air 3, white cement 4s, and then let me get them shattered backboard 1s. Oh, and the fire red brick by bricks if they ever drop them. No, they're not. When they're not calling them brick by bricks, they just calling them Nigels with Bike Air on the back. Did you see the blue rendition?
Yes, sick.
That blue rendition is nice.
Sick.
They so nice. They almost look unwearable. Almost.
I'll be honest with you, and this is hard for me to say it, but I'm gonna say it. If I'm picking between the fire red Nigels or those blueberry Nigels, those blueberry Bike Airs, I'm going with the blueberries.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm going with the blueberries.
Yeah. As far as standouts, yeah, I would agree.
I'm going with the blueberries.
I would agree.
So,
I would agree.
Appreciate you jumping back, Harry. Appreciate you. You too, my guy. Josiah Keys.
Hey, man, shout out to the whole chat right now being tapped in with us on a afternoon edition of the One Pair at a Time podcast channel. We definitely appreciate y'all. Every Saturday, we basically here at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Make sure you guys have the notification bells turned on and you are subscribed to all the channels. My guy, Jay Elevate, myself, Where Your Kicks 26, the One Pair at a Time podcast channel. And our guy is out there is Sneaker Con Denver, Mr. Think I'm Possible. Where the hell? Hold on a second. Where the hell is Dupree? Where is Purple at?
Great
You're
question.
gonna
I
hit, you're
have
gonna
no
hit
clue
Perp
where
with
the
the
Perp is
shame.
at. Hey, Superfly, are you doing your live tonight, bro? If you're doing your
Yeah,
live
let us
tonight, let
know.
us know.
Yeah, make sure y'all tap in. I got Superfly Kicks, man. He goes live. What is it? Usually he goes live. What is it? 8 p.m. Central Time.
Drop that in the chat, Superfly. For real, for real.
Yeah.
He be doing his thing, y'all. For real, man. He definitely be doing his thing.
Oh hell no! They was like, hold on, bro. See, this is why. This is why. Nah. Nah, I'm good. I'm good, y'all.
Mm.
I'm good. I
You
don't need
good?
all this. I don't need all that. Look, security can't hold them back. These fools like they trying to bust into the club right now. Pause. I'm
I'm
good
gonna
on
tell you,
that,
man.
bro.
Stuff like this get me excited, bro. Like, you know, for me, this get me excited because it's
See?
like,
Nah.
it get me excited because it's kind of like, bro, at the end of the day, you know, yes, man, like kicks, you know what I'm saying? Being a sneaker enthusiast can get very, very expensive. Um, but I love to see the luster, the shine. It comes back. It makes me smile.
So you was one of the ones that was proud of the fact that they was fighting over them fives.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I was not trying to watch Ryan Garcia, you know, versus Tank Davis again. That's something I was not trying to do. Nah, people getting hurt and fighting over kicks, and then after they wear them the next week, then they all, you know, they like, whatever. They throw these in the closet and forget about them. You know what I mean? Hey, Dirtbag. Hey, bro, you say you only wear fake Jordans. Hey, bro, if that's your style, I'm not mad at you, man. That's cool, brother. If that's
How
what
you
you
feel
decide to
about
do.
them Chinese sites, quote unquote, exposing the American retail market?
Okay, since you want to talk about it, say let's do more. Let's kick this off real quick because I like this. Let me say this: when those videos came out, that was supposed to be where it was talking about the U.S., right? But what these manufacturers did, they pissed off Gooch, Lou. They pissed these luxury brands off because now what they're saying is that, hey, that's not true. You guys are lying. Now, I do believe there's truth behind this. As a matter of fact, these might not even be the legit manufacturers who manufacture these products.
Probably not.
Right? So it's calling a stir and a frenzy. If you guys ever watched enough of those videos, it's a gentleman. He said that the materials that we use are almost the same.
Almost.
So almost is not the same. The design might look the same, but it does not mean that the materials are the same. We already know that. For example, right? I have a BMW, for example, right? Okay, but the BMW gets you from point to A to B, right? So they say, hey, if you drive a BMW, you looking better because you drive a BMW opposed to you driving. I'm making up something, man. All right, a Mazda. Okay, so it's brands is supposed to separate you from the rest of the crowd. It doesn't mean that we understand the name of the game. We understand all this stuff is too much expensive, right? A Birkin bag will cost you 38 grand. The value goes up to 60. I mean, look at Lex. I mean, look at a Rolex, right? Would you spend 50 grand on a Rolex? Maybe, maybe not. You get my point. The damn
Okay.
thing kills time.
So to back up your argument, if you recall, you remember the Chrysler 300C? And people used to change out the grills, and them drawers were looking like Bentleys.
The Currentlies.
Until a Bentley pulled up next to you. Okay. Now, on feet, most people can't tell the difference. And look, listen, I would say the ability to wear UA sneakers and not be questioned definitely has a lot to do with the perception of what your financial status is. Case in point, Ben Affleck. My man was wearing Chicago Travis Scott inspired J's to promote the movie Air. Had that been you or me out there wearing them things, I'm telling you right now, we getting called out from Mount Everest, bro.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
But because it's Ben Affleck, multi-million-dollar movie star and all that, what do you want to say to him? Because it's Ben Affleck, they customs. You and me, they fakes. Let's just keep it a bean. Let's just keep it a bean. It is what it is. Now,
you on target.
Do people do it? Yeah, a lot of people do it. Listen, look, in the grand scheme, I've said this on many and Dirtbag does. This is your first time up in the live. We appreciate you being in here. I've said this many a times. There's a lot of people out there that rock fake sneakers, and guess what? They getting the same hand clap as the boy that paid $400 for the real pair. It is what it is. Some people don't like me to say it, but it's the truth. But at the end of the day, there's a lot more you can do with having the real pair than you can with the fake pair in terms of being able to essentially sell it down the line and recoup some of your money back. If it holds value and all that.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
Like, I remember a time within the sneaker community not too long ago where it was a flex to pay an exuberant amount of money resale for a sneaker. Don't know why. I have no idea why. And you know what? This is a bigger problem too. And this will probably take the live longer than it needs to be. But for some reason, bro, when your status is basically like a regular type person, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not famous, you're not on TV, something like that. The fact that you can drop a certain amount of money on an item to obtain it is a flex. Okay? But if you somebody that has money, the ability to pay as little as possible for the same said item is the real flex. Like, and this goes for a lot of things. Like, think about this. You go into a bank for a loan for something, like to start a business, right? What do they tell you to do? You should go in there dressed a certain way so they perceive you a certain way. And so you have a better opportunity to get what it is you want from the bank.
Correct.
Don't try to show up to the bank with a dirty ass sweatsuit on. You should probably go in there dressed business casual. So that perception is, oh, well, this person looks like, at least, right? Because looks have a lot to do a lot of times.
Correct.
With how you are perceived.
Correct. Yes.
But if, you know, I'm just throwing a name out there. The governor of Florida, Ron DeSantis, was to walk in said bank, and my man had like a freaking velour sweatsuit on. They wouldn't think twice about not giving this man a loan. They'd be like, yeah, how much more do you want to take? They'd be falling hand over feet to give this man money. You got to go in there and prove yourself. And it starts with how they perceive you the moment you walk in the door.
Yep.
But somebody that's already got the account established, they ain't got to do much of anything, bro.
Yep. Yep. That's facts. That's facts. That's
So,
all facts. Hey, what up, Grumpy? How you feeling, family? You know, and I'll tell you, Dirtbag, like, I got another video dropping soon, man. In Phuket, where I'm absolutely exposing fake kicks. And just listen, just because if you wearing fake kicks, they may not look fully legit. We might be able to see them on feet, be like, nope. But guess what? Who cares? Because that's what you wanted to do. So it doesn't matter. If that's your style, that's your style. And you said, hey man, nobody says nothing because I have a new BMW. So clearly, you know, you like cars over kicks. And I respectfully so, because I love kicks. It's no knock on you. It's just that I can't do it.
and I'm gonna keep it a bean. He's got a new BMW. I don't know how many cars you owned before, but as someone who had a Mercedes and 3 BMWs, I'm telling you right now, you probably gonna want to make sure you got repair money set aside to take care of that damn car. Okay? Okay? Because guess what? I'm done with BMW and I switched over to a Jeep. Got me a Grand Cherokee now. Every one of them BMWs I had, beautiful car, great cars to drive, bro. 2 3 Series and a 5 Series. Great cars to drive. When them things drive, it's like nothing else on the road, bro. But let me tell you, when them things have a problem, Like, just, it's like dealing with a short-tempered girlfriend, bro. The smallest issue is going to cost you a lot of time and money. Because it just will not be working right.
If y'all notice, man, the song that came in my head was "Back Down Memory Lane" when you was just like, beautiful car to drive. But you know what? Back down memory lane.
Man, like, matter of fact, Mr. Think, and I want him to be able to tell the story. My man had an issue. He had a 5 Series. He had a twin scroll turbo joint. He had an oil issue, and them turbos wasn't getting the oil they needed, and they both went out. Ended up having to replace the whole engine. $24,000 later. Let me tell you something. He was in church that week, thanking God he had the warranty. He had the warranty on that joint, bro. Because let me tell you something right now. $24,000 labor and engine to replace in that BM, bro.
Tyler, what up, fam? Hey, listen. I like BMWs. I like Mercedes, but I'm gonna tell you right now, man.
Audi.
If you're not living in Germany, where you know on an autobahn where you have the circle with the 3 hashes, which means you can go absolutely as fast as you want, and your car can truly perform, you wasting money. Because that stop.
No. Now see. Hold on a second.
Wait.
Hold on a second, bro. Wasted money.
Wait. Listen to me. Listen, I love the sound of an M series. I preferably prefer an Alpina.
Oh, see. Look, you getting in the topics of cars now. Most of them don't even know what you're talking about. They know M series, they know AMG, they know the S type for the Audis. Okay, but you talking about Alpinas. You know what I'm saying? You talking about Brabus. Okay, see? No. Let's just back it down, bro. Okay? Let's just back it down real quick.
I might have to start that car channel. But you know, listen, the drive it gives you that exuberant feeling, but your car really don't. You mess in your car when you it doesn't get a time to breathe. Yeah, and let's be honest, most people ain't taking a vehicle to the track. Just be honest with yourself. Yeah. Hey, you ain't gonna beat it. Listen, man, you ain't gonna beat a Lexus. You ain't gonna beat that Toyota. You ain't gonna beat that Acura. You not gonna beat that Honda. Just gonna keep it a beam with you.
Hey,
Bikes.
but not for nothing, bro. Like that Lexus gonna be running a lot longer than that BMW is.
Hello.
A lot
Can you
longer.
repeat that? Repeat that
And
one
gonna keep up. And it's gonna keep up. Depending on the model. Depending on the model.
Yeah. It's gonna get towed up, but at the end of the day, it's definitely gonna last longer.
Bro, that like that Lexus LFA. You know what I'm talking about.
See, you talking about me. That's where you gotta stop.
That Lexus LFA. See?
That's where you gotta stop because a lot of people don't. All right. You talking about me. You talking about me?
I know. All right, let's back it down. The Supra. Let's back it down to the Supra. But see, even then, the Supra they producing's got a BMW engine in it. Don't ask me why.
When you say Supra, that's why Toyota discontinued it because a lot of people were upset. Listen, we think it's Supra. We thinking of the 90s, bro. We think
about the Mark IVs.
We talking about
Mark IV Supra. We talking about the Fast and Furious Supra. Okay, that's what we talking about.
We talking about
them Jones.
That's a Supra, bro.
Yep.
Like, come on, man. Quit playing with yourself.
Facts.
Chat, man. Listen. We've been rocking for a minute, man. And
but wait. I got one more though.
Okay.
I got one more. Because we talking about money out here, right? We talking about money. Bro.
Mm-hmm. Yes, the Ben.
Bro.
Yep.
3 what?
Yep.
350. Bro.
Yep.
And listen, I don't even think this got anything to do with tariffs. This is just Nike being Nike.
But where you
350? Nah.
What did I tell you? What was the test beta, bro?
I mean, the breads.
What was the baseline test beta for this? And I said it.
The breads?
17s.
Oh, the 17s.
That was the
no.
That was the $300 test beta.
Hold on a second. But the 17s had that metal case and all that other stuff. Listen.
Bro, you can go to Walmart and buy you a poker case. Stop playing.
Look, bro. Nah. Listen. 350, bro. Bro, for a wax stamp that says Ben 23 on it, I'm not seeing nothing with these materials right now. Matter of fact, you know what these joints remind me of? These remind me of the Batman 6s, bro. Them joints Michael Keaton was wearing when he was playing Batman. All right? That's what these joints look like to me. Look at that material on there, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, Bing, bro. Let me tell you. I'm gonna tell you right now. Listen, these better come from the leather. Better come from cows that were like raised in heaven themselves. Okay, for these joints to be worth $350. Listen, what were the other bins that had like the gator skin or something like that? What were those? So, like the bin was not the 13s. It was a bin. Was it the bin 2s?
So let me tell you this. That it didn't have a stay skin on it, but the leather quality, and it also came with a shoe tree that was made out of 100% wood. That is the greatest bin ever made.
There we go.
That is the greatest bin ever
made. And what were those? And what did those cost?
Back then, when they dropped, I think there was somewhere around I think there was somewhere almost around 200. That was a lot back then.
All right. Well, listen, they better hit us with some type of serious accessories for $350, bro.
Yeah. No, this is a pass for me, man.
Now, here's the thing. When they hit us with the high 85s and they said $250, a lot of people said, "Oh, hell nah." Mm-hmm. Then again, like I said earlier in the stream, we was talking about the Tiana Taylor 3s, the rose thorn joints. Now we ain't talk about those yet. Superfly, you going live today? We was trying to find out if you was going live to let the people know so they can tune into you.
Yeah, we asked what time you going live today, bro.
Well, damn, I lost my. Oh yeah, with the high 85s, when they started talking about the research and development that went into the shoes themselves. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, so you giving us something that is spec'd again to the 1985 version.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Albeit you should have gave us a better box. But then again, then it takes away from what they originally came with. So, okay, whatever. These joints right here, bro, like for $350.
Yep. Hey, Tyler said that the Ben 2s came for 175. I said, yeah, they were almost 200. So I was about right. Yeah, for sure. Yep. That's the great. That is the greatest Ben ever made. And honestly, that is probably the Ben 2s is probably top 10 greatest made sneaker of all time. Say what you want, but the quality of that particular kick goes unmatched. And if you don't know what it is, man, we might have where your kicks dropped at show y'all.
See if I'm bringing these drawers up.
Because I'm telling you, man, like, bro.
Yeah, man, this is like some gator skin. Yeah, that look like crocodile skin or something on that joint. I mean, okay, so now you hitting us with some different type of leather. Cool.
It's not real, but yeah.
Okay.
It gets the effect.
Regardless.
Yes.
Regardless. Okay. Like, listen, when you out there buying like straight cowhide cowboy boots or gator skin cowboy boots, and them things running you $500-$600 because you're talking about genuine leather. Genuine freaking leather, bro. Okay. Now you know damn well this probably gonna cost Nike all of $50 at best to actually create both pairs of shoes, the left and the right. And then they hitting us with $350 price tag.
Nah, this is a pass for me, bro. This is a pass for me, man. And I'm not capping. This is a pass for me, not 350. No, sir. And I will tell you this. If prices starting to get like this, sneakerheads will turn their back and they will say, you know what, man, we're gonna go ahead and go back to New Balance.
Nah, CJ. Nah, see. You and I was together, and now pause. And now you done jumped off the deep end, bro. Nah, bro. No. Stop it. Stop the cap. Stop it. Stop.
Okay, so what if this came with additional laces? Would that change your mind?
Bro, this, listen. For $350. Now, mind you, we've paid $300 for shoes before. Remember the self-lacing Jordan 11s?
Mm-hmm.
They was like $300, weren't they?
That was were they more?
No, they were $500.
That was $500, but that was technology.
Okay, and they sold out. Why? Because there was some extra special about them.
Technology.
Okay, so as of right now, bro, like you looking at these, come on, man. Come on, bro.
It's a pass, bro.
Come on, bro. $350. I don't see no like ostrich leather or nothing on these joints.
Nope.
Like,
nope.
You talking about you got the look. And mind you, now with these bins, right? Now they hitting us with the wax stamp. What they hit us with the wax stamp already before though?
You talking about recently?
Yes, this year. I'm gonna give you a hint. Think SB. Them Riot SBs, bro.
Oh.
The Riot SBs had the wax stamp on the tongue. So now you hitting us with the wax stamp again on a set of Jordans. Come on, bro. You done this already.
Yeah.
You done this already. And now you coming back with it on a whole other shoe with it saying something completely different in there and said, oh, by the way, yeah, $350.
Nah, I'm good. Super
Listen,
flat.
regardless,
Fact, bro.
look, whether it was rubber, plastic, or whatever, fact of the matter is, you don't hit us with the wax stamp looking joint anyway. You already did it.
Yeah.
Just like we was talking about earlier, right? Too many Chicago colorways, right? Now
Super
you
flat.
hitting us.
Super
Now
flat.
you hitting us with little features on here that you done used on other shoes before.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we know that's the band thing. You know, that's their thing, which is fine.
Mhm.
No, man. For me, as of right now, I'm gonna say this is a pass for me. As of right now, unless they got some crazy spec tech in there, but it's gotta tickle my feet, bro.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Mm.
No,
Did all the bins? All the
exactly,
bins had a
Tyler.
wax stamp before?
Yeah,
Hold up.
actually,
If
that's
they
their
did,
thing.
okay.
That's what I'm saying. That's the
Okay.
band. That's their thing. But I mean, for this particular kick, it's not 350. It's not 350 for me, bro.
Yeah, but see, look, but
It's
see,
not 350 for me.
these twos though. Look at this crocodile skin or whatever the hell they're using on these joints,
Bro,
bro.
listen.
Look at this.
Bro, I've had that kick in hand, and let me tell you, there's nothing like it, bro. There's nothing like it. Like I said, that's their thing with the wax. That's their thing. And look, hey,
Look at
look
that
at the
wood
shoe
shoe
tree.
tree.
Remember I
Look at
told you
that.
about the shoe tree? Real
Yup.
wood shoe
Look at
tree,
that
bro.
joint. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Now
Okay.
Nike need to redrop this joint.
Okay.
Exactly, no hype. That been there thing.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
You right. You right. Y'all
That been
right.
there
Y'all
thing.
right on that. Y'all right on that.
But to me, that 6 ain't it though. That to me, that 6 is
Well,
it's not showing
maybe
nothing crazy quality wise. To me,
maybe it's an early rendition. Maybe it's an early rendition.
Father said he buying those 6s.
I
Listen,
mean,
bro.
he have them.
Unless they show that we need a better picture, bro.
They
As
can
of
have
right now,
them
that
joints.
picture don't show 350 quality for me.
They can have them. 350. They can have them. They can
Yes,
have them.
Johnny, those tools are super special, bro, without a shadow of a doubt, fam.
Factamundo.
Yeah, we know they mock-ups, bro, but that mock-up, we need the real deal for us to say we're gonna pay 350, Tyler. That's all I'm saying. I'm not, and a big
Well, I'm gonna tell y'all right now.
I'm not getting excited. Big pause.
Z Sneakerhead needs to stop dropping this nonsense with that price tag and having people upset. Okay.
No hype said he grabbed those 11 lows today. Rocking my Space Jam lows right now. 11 lows are super underrated.
Yeah, who picked up? Who told me them 11 lows? You told me them 11s were sitting.
Yeah. Someone I know. He took an L on Sneakers app, and I said, "Hey, bro, just go to your mall." He went to his mall. He hit me back up. He said, "Hey, bro, thank you for just telling me." He said, I got him." I said, "Yeah." He's like, "Easy cop." So those 11 lows are probably sitting in like most malls, bro. I'm saying it with confidence.
Hey, am I tripping? Or when these were first being shown, the Nike Air on the back was in white?
I don't recall that. I
could have sworn that Nike Air was supposed to be white on the back.
I don't recall that.
Hey, we got Travis Scott 4s at home. That's what these joints are.
They also kind of remind you a little bit of Tope.
I like them. But I like these. These are clean.
Mm-hmm.
No one knows why they throwing Nike Air on the back of these. I've not seen a story yet as to why Nike Air on the back of these joints, but they clean. I like them. They probably coming home.
One more question for you. Do you think Nike is burning up that Nike Air too much now?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't. I really don't, because they're putting it on the back of shoes that should have had Nike Air. The only controversial shoe that's going to have Nike Air on the back like that is going to be them undefeated 4s, because they talking about making the Jumpman pair, which is the original build, the limited shoe, and the more plentiful pair is going to be the Nike Air.
That's correct.
And most people think it should be reversed.
I agree.
But our guy, and we ain't seen him in a minute, Shoestradamus predicted that Jumpman was going to be, matter of fact, you know what?
Hey y'all. Hey, no hype. So you feel like Nike is burning up that Nike Air on the back of them heel tabs? Okay.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute, but he's back. Shoestradamus is back. Shoestradamus is back. Just for y'all. All right, now I predicted that a long time ago that Jumpman Air, that Jumpman on the back of them undefeated fours was going to be the more limited shoe. I actually said that. And I'm out.
Hey, y'all, listen, man. How
Yeah,
y'all
he had
feel?
to make an appearance real quick. He had to make an appearance.
Do y'all feel like those undefeated fours should be reversed, where the Nike Air should be more limited than the Jumpman? Because I do, but I understand that the Jumpman absolutely was the first to hit on the undefeated pair, so the Nike Air will be the less sought out kick, because we know people like more hype than anything. And for me personally, I'm gonna go. I prefer for the Nike Air on the back of their heel tab over the Jumpman. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
Hey, my man Don. Damn, I'm gonna jack up his last name. He trying to hit you with the model, bro. Tell him what he trying. That sound he trying to make at the end. That's not right. Shout out to you though, Don, for being tapped in. Shout out to everybody being tapped in right now to the live stream. Please run the like button up. Double tap that screen. We appreciate all the love you guys are giving us. One Pair at a Time podcast channel. Myself, Where Your Kicks 26, and Jay Elevate.
Hey, y'all, listen, man. J_Elevate, man. Listen, we here to help you guys out. Make sure you go to the resjuvenator.com website, where we will help you guys save 10% off of all of your purchases. Again, WYK26 will save you 10%, and J_Elevate will save you 10% off of all of your Rejuvenator product needs.
Hey, y'all dry ass damn suede shoes need some mink oil and this horsehair brush.
Yes.
Y'all need that.
Yes.
Okay? Don't let that suede dry out. Don't let that new buck dry out. Get you some
for real,
of that.
for real.
And then once you're done and it all dries up, hit it with some of this. That water and stain repellent.
Yes.
Okay? The summer coming up, we know y'all going to be out there eating them charboiled freaking hot dogs and hamburgers, putting all types of condiments, on them things. You don't want to be dropping stuff on your shoes. Protect them right here. Rejuvenator.
Yep. Hey, so interesting. Robert Williams, he said, I don't think so. I'm glad they put Nike Air on the back of the Jumpman. Reminds me of grade school shoes. Okay.
So I'll put it to you like this. They should have done one or the other, to be honest with you. And if they were going to do anything, they should have done just the Jumpman pair. To be honest.
Understand. Okay. I get it.
Because the originals, what are they going for, like $50K with that Jumpman on the back?
Is it that much?
Because I think there's like samples or something like that, bro. They're not like
$50K. Oh my gosh.
Facts, bro. Man.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm a Ford fan, but over the Marty McFlys. Okay. Anyway. Look. I had a moment, man. I had to.
I mean, listen. You saying that, but don't forget what the dunks are doing, bro. They doing numbers. Them Paris SBs, they doing numbers. Yep. Freddy's, if you actually can get your hands on an actual pair of Freddy SB, bro. Come on now.
Listen. Listen, I'm shaking my head on that. I'm gonna shake my head on the greatest dunk. My favorite dunk of all time. Are those Freddy Krueger. And
too many fake pairs out there, bro.
Too many fake pairs. You can't tell me something that dropped 40 years ago, and I'm being funny about, very facetious about that. But you can't tell me everybody got that kick. Stop lying.
No.
Stop lying. So that's why I tell you my Jackie Robinsons is smacking everybody else's dunk out the park besides the Civilist. Between the Jackie Robinson and the Civilist, I don't care what a shoe is worth. Obtainable wise. Ain't no dunk messing with those two right there. You know what I mean? Hey, Robert Williams is funny. He said 50K and he's talking about y'all for those undefeated. Who they think they kidnapping?
Chelsea Clinton. My man hit us with the Rush Hour reference.
Oh my God,
man!
Robert Williams, shout out to you, bro. Shout out,
man! Shout out to the whole chat, man. We appreciate y'all being tapped in here. For those y'all who are catching us on the replay, we definitely appreciate the love. Make sure you hit that like button and have your notification bells turned on so you can catch us live. Saturdays, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, One Pair at a Time podcast channel. Today, we hit you guys with a special afternoon session. You know what I'm saying? And you never know, sometimes we pop up during the week as well. Might even be going tomorrow. Might.
Ooh.
So you don't want to have them notification bells turned on. In any case, Jay, what you got, man, before we close on out of here, bro?
Hey, y'all, without you, this is not possible, man. Listen, just make sure y'all tune into us. We appreciate everybody out there. Double tap that screen, like, and subscribe if you have not done so already. Enjoy your Saturday. You know, model. Peace. With my big ass fitted cap.
Hold on a second. You changed it up? You changed up the ending?
Hey, man, listen. You know, it had things. Listen, we got to do things differently.
You ain't hit him with the left trouble? Nothing?
We got to do some things differently sometimes. All right, that's what y'all want. Hey, no problem. This is what y'all want. I'm going to give it to you. Pause. By the way, with my big ass fitted cap on,
man,
with Tino, he talk about my fitted cap.
Yes, sir, Robert Williams. Yes, we did see Shedeur Sanders is in Cleveland. Listen, man, shout out to everybody who tapped in. Appreciate you guys. Like I said, catch us next week. Appreciate y'all. Have a safe Saturday, safe rest of y'all weekend. We catch y'all on the next time, man. Peace.